Why, hello there, lost family. Or maybe you're new here, a wanderer just stumbling onto the lost gamer's path. Either way, the journey begins again. Today we're exploring the murky depths of Reddit, r/NiceGirls. So stay close. It's easy to get lost out here. So, as I said, we're in Reddit, and I'm sick again, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I apologize. I've been sick so much. I think I got here to my brother's on like the day after Thanksgiving, and it's the middle of January right now, and I've been sick like 3 or 4 times. So that's been really, really fun. But yeah, anyway, my complaints aside, let's read this post. She got mad at me because I asked her on a date? Question mark. Let's scroll down maybe first to see if there's any context before we start reading the text messages between them. Oh, they're not text messages. I actually don't know what kind of thing they're messaging on. It says, we were having a lovely conversation before this. I have no idea why this girl freaked out on me. I blocked her after this. Edit. I am a woman if that changes anything at all. Shrug. Shrug emoji. Very cute. Okay, let's read these messages between her and this other girl. Hey, is this blank from Tinder? Yes, it is. Is this blank? Smiley face. Yes, it is. How are you? Smile. I'm good. I'm currently working on a painting. Smile. Oh, no way. I love making art. Wow. What are you painting? My cat. Cat emoji. So cute. Aw, that's so cute. We should totally paint together sometime, smiley face. I mean, so far this is just a wholesome conversation. Very cute. But I'm guessing it takes a turn. We should totally paint together sometime. I think I already said that, but I was interrupted by a sneeze. Oh yeah, that sounds lovely. I'm busy most of this week, but we can schedule around it. That's cute. Yeah, how does this weekend sound? Sure, that works for me. Smiley face. We can get coffee and then we can come back to my apartment. I have all the supplies we could ever need. I'm a bit of an art nerd. Laughing face. And I think this is where it takes the turn. Oh, period. I'm not gonna lie, that's really creepy that you would say that to me. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know you. Why are you asking me over to yours? Like, I mean, this doesn't have any periods or commas or anything. Why are you asking me over to yours? Like, we all effing know what you want. Talking about some supplies, stupid-ish. Like, leave me alone, you actual incel. Does that apply to women? I don't know. You're effing disgusting. Please don't message me again. Yeah, that would make me think she's talking to a man. I can see why she had to clarify that she's a woman, because I didn't know that was a thing that people call women incels. But yeah, that took quite the turn. I don't think you should be going over to anyone's place when you don't know them, even if it's another woman. But this is a little bit more of a response I would expect a woman to give a man if he asked her to come to her apartment for a first date. But yeah, I do agree that you shouldn't be going to people's apartments on first dates and you don't know them. But I feel like she could have put her point across a lot nicer. And you don't have to assume the absolute worst, like maybe they were just not thinking. And it definitely is difficult to travel with art supplies, so they definitely might just not have thought about like having it in the first date in a park or something, because it'd be a lot of effort to move supplies like that to a park. Okay, it continues. The receiver, the OP, says question mark, question mark, question mark, hello? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Genuinely, what did I do? Crying face. You're the one that was suggesting the date, but okay. You clearly have some issues that I'm not the cause of, so I'm gonna leave this here. Hope you get better. Have a good one. Yeah, that was kind of like my thought. She didn't really do anything to provoke such an aggressive response. Because, I mean, she might have just genuinely not thought about that. Because I think it would be easy for a woman dating other women to not think about the woman in question being weirded out about going to her apartment. Because there's just a little less of a guard there than when you're dating men. The girl, I guess we'll say. Well, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. So, the aggressive girl, we'll call her that. The aggressive girl replies, "What the F are you talking about? How I get better? Like, you're the one with issues. You probably like kids. Like, you're such a predator creeping on me and trying to get me in your house. Like, I know you're up to. Like, I know what you're up to. I'm not stupid." That is a lot. That's a lot. That's really inappropriate. You can't go around assuming that kind of that's terrible. Because this might just be a completely normal girl that just genuinely didn't think about that being like creepy. Because honestly, I can see why she wouldn't. And yeah, before you were like all in on the date, you liked the idea of doing an art date. Granted, you might have imagined it being in a park, but why not just say that? So weird. Her rant continues. Effing a-hole, like, please don't ever text my phone again. You're actually effing disgusting. Wow. OP just gave it, sent a thumbs up. And aggressive girl says F off. OP, another thumbs up. Aggressive girl. Okay, I'm sorry for freaking out on you like that. I'm just having a bad day, okay? I'm having a really bad split right now. And that just set me off the edge, okay? Okay. OP, okay. Oh, and O and K, so not the full okay. And then aggressive girl goes back to being aggressive. Stupid Birch. Don't message me ever again. I effing hate you. And you had big ears anyway, laughing faces. More laughing faces, thinking you could get with me. Oh, wow. So modest, too. I already have 10 different girls in my DMs, laughing face, so don't message me again, because I'm moving on. If your family was any more inbred, you'd be a sandwich. Okay? That one's kind of funny. I mean, don't say that kind of thing to people. That's not nice. Like, I don't recommend insulting people like that, but that was that. It was kind of funny. Like, you're down weird, LOL. And OP replies, "Are you bipolar or something?" LMAO. She replied to the her, "Don't message me ever again." Oh, right, bro. Crying face. My goodness. What the hell? Can't say that on YouTube. What the heck? That was kind of crazy. I definitely think that girl has issues. One of the comments said, "Well, luckily she didn't come over because she probably would have sent you to the hereafter." Let's say. Yeah, probably. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't assume that bad, but man, she's definitely got some crazy issues. And would probably trash the art supplies too. Sad face. Someone else replied under that. And probably wouldn't even bring any snacks and just eat your snacks. She wanted her to come over to her place instead, where the, in quotes, painting plastic was already lining the floor and walls. Mm-hmm. Creepy. This person says, "So I was primed to warn you to not plan first meetings around going back to your place. And the you have issues stuff was was well past where you should have blocked. But holy F, that last half? It's making an inadvisable suggestion dodged you a bullet or 50. I don't understand that last bit. The inadvisable suggestion. Anyway, but yeah, there's multiple reasons to not have first dates at your apartment. Like, the person you're inviting over might be crazy in multiple ways. Or, like, for the person coming over, you might be crazy. It's not a good idea. No matter what gender you are, don't go to random people's houses, please. This person says, I mean, I know it's generally not okay to try and invite someone over on a first date, but she herself suggested a painting date, and I don't think I need to explain the most common location people decide to sit down and paint something. Yeah, yeah, it's very logical that the date would be at your home, but I think it's definitely better to just go ahead and lug all the supplies to a park. It's a lot safer because that girl was clearly a little bit off, let's say. So, yeah, it's just not a very good idea. There's so many crazy people in the world. You have to be careful. This person quoted her, I'm having a really bad split. She has borderline personality disorder, period. BPD is a lot when it isn't treated and managed. Okay, I thought it was like, I was interpreting that as like a breakup, but I guess that might make more sense. This person commented under that, as a BPD person who is getting treatment, this is correct. This person says she could have just said no and said she prefers only public dates in the beginning. Like, what? Yeah, that's what I tend to do. I've been asked to go on dates that are, a little sketchy, and I'm polite about it. I just, remind the person that because of internet safety and everything, you're a stranger, technically speaking. I don't want to meet with you in these types of places because it's just sketchy. So, and yeah, because I mean, not everybody is doing that because they have nefarious intentions. Sometimes people just genuinely don't think about it. This person commented on that she's having a really bad split and said, so borderline personality disorder. And someone commented under that 100% BPT. This reads like my ex down to the I have 10 other people lined up. At the very least, she waited 4 months into our spiral of madness to start the really unhinged-ish and didn't start off the bat with this behavior. Right. Someone commented under that. I was friends with benefits with a girl who had BPD. One time she lost her ish on me because I had to go home at 4 a.m. After she told me that I couldn't stay the night because of her roommates. She starts freaking the F out, yelling, "You always do this." And I was like, I always go home? Yeah, that's true. I do not live here. And you said I can't stay the night, crying face. This was my first experience with someone with BPD, so I was effing mind blown trying to figure out what the F was going on. Laughing face. My logical answers just did not seem to calm her down. Crazy. This person was confused about the incel comment too. Are you both women though? She has 10 different girls lined up in her DMs, but I never thought women called other women incels or got as freaked out over an invite. That seems more like how you would react to a guy. The hardest part was following that torrent of words with no punctuation. That's true. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm confused by that too. Maybe she just didn't know that. I mean, she's kind of, ooh. So these hyper aggressive posts actually stress me out a bit. The anger. I'm an older married woman who has no interest in dating or anything. Just here sipping my wine because some posts are so mad they are entertaining. This one, though? No, freaked me out. That girl has some serious issues. May someone like that never come close to my boy when he is an adult. Mm-hmm. Someone commented under that. I'm sorry, but I love the thought of you very calm and with your life together, pouring a glass of wine and going, ah, yes, time to look at unhinged people online for a while. Okay, let's move on to the next post, shall we? I didn't think girls like this actually existed. So, the text under the text messages reads, met this girl on Hinge and offered a shopping date. Mentioned I had to go do some Christmas shopping, so it could be fun to go to the mall together and do a shopping date. The texts read, so what time on Tuesday? Like 3 or so? This is OP. This is not OP. This is girl. Um, it says her name is Frenchie, so we'll call her Frenchie. Remember, I stay in Mill Valley, so you'd have to scoot me from here. That's good, right? I just wanted to do a few spots at the Court Madeira shopping village. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but you know, it is what it is. And then the city, of course, for the dispensary, and the rest they don't carry in Marin. OP? Also, just so we're clear, before we meet, do you expect me to pay for all this, or you just want to go shopping together? I gotta do some Christmas shopping as well. Frenchie replies, dude, the date is you taking me shopping. We've been over this. It's my Christmas gift. Don't know why you'd expect or think it would be up to me to pay for it. OP, ha ha ha. Frenchie, yeah, never had a man agreed to take me on a shopping date and then assume I'd be paying. That's just real weird. Like, am I the man or are you? IMAO. So 3 is the earliest you can pick me up on Tuesday? Okay. I mean, I kind of agree with, like, if you propose a shopping date, I would kind of expect that, you'd be paying for the shopping, but, I guess it depends on, like, what the conversation was beforehand. But yeah, the man comment's not very nice. I think you could expect that of anyone that, like, proposes a date based on shopping. If you're, like, lesbians and another girl proposes it, I think it would be very logical to think, the one hosting the date is paying. But again, it depends on the context, because, you know, if they talked beforehand about them, like, shopping separately but together, basically, that would not apply in that case. But anyway, OP replies, yeah, fair enough. You've got a $70 allowance. That's fair. And Frenchie replies, 70? Question mark? Laughing face? Stop effing playing with me. The weed order is 200 on its own. Okay. OP. Yeah, I'm good. Frenchie. You gotta be effing kidding me. Like, 70 gotta be a joke. Well, beggars can't be choosers. It could be worse. He didn't give you a $20 allowance. He replies back, yeah, fair enough. If you want more, get a job. Frenchie. How are you gonna be ugly and broke? Pick a struggle. I I deal with men who take me on shopping dates and give me 2,500 cash. You're just so dirty and broke to me. Clearly you at rock bottom. If you can't afford it, shut the F up, loser. Oh my goodness. That's where it takes a real turn. I mean, before that she wasn't looking great, but that's like insane. If you've been dating men that give you 2,500, I mean, go back to them. Or just find someone else. Find another man that will give you that kind of money for shopping. Get on a sugar dating app, something. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. Frenchie, you're about the ugliest piece of ish on the side of the road. How are you gonna be ugly and broke? Well, you know, some people can't really control that. I mean, most people don't make that much money. And you can't control the way you look. If you were born with bad genetics or whatever, that's not really in your control. And really, the job thing, I mean, it's not like you can just snap your fingers and say, oh, I want a higher paying job, give it to me. World, just give me a better job. Not quite how it works. She continues, get a high paying job, loser. Again, like it's just that easy. You just decide one day that you want to be filthy rich and you do it. You know? You just demand a higher paying job where you can be a millionaire and you get it. That's how life works. Didn't you know that? I'll talk to no one who makes less than 500K a year, bum. IMAO. My last That's also a lot of money. Like it's not very many people that make even 100K. So her being like, I won't even look at you if you don't make 500K, like dang. You have an awfully small dating pool, I would say. She continues, my last boyfriend gave me 15,000 a month. Crazy how I'm lone between us who has more money than you. I don't know what she means with that. Maybe she's saying crazy how I'm the one in between us who has more money than you. I don't know. Embarrassing. You're like effing getting your money up. What? Okay, anyway, OP replied, you're mad because I won't give you money. That's wild. Isn't it though? Well, it's not even that you won't give her money, it's like she feels entitled to more of your money. Because, I mean, you were willing to give her a $70 allowance, which is incredibly fair. That's quite a bit of money. And she was just like, no, I want multiple thousands of dollars for this shopping trip. She replies, my job is getting spoiled, loser. I'm not an ugly man who has to go out and work like you. Oh my gosh. I just can't even comprehend someone being that rude and just having this kind of mentality. She continues, I get literally 15 to 20,000 a month just from existing. You're not valuable like that though, laughing face. Watch your effing mouth. You can't even afford to touch me, ugly bee. Oh my gosh. That is just so wildly inappropriate. How do people get away with talking to other people like that? I just don't freaking know. Honestly, he should have blocked her like 4 messages ago. But he replies, to each their own. I'm glad you have that much value. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think she does, because I mean, why not just go back to that situation? I mean, I'm assuming if there's any truth that she actually was with a man that gave her that much money, she burnt that bridge. Because, I mean, clearly she is a very nasty person as far as personality goes. So, I would say she burnt that bridge, but yeah. Looking at the comments now, this person says, I am a tour guide, and while I was doing a bachelorette party, this guy came around asking us all for $5 to catch the bus. We all said we didn't have cash, and he said, broke buns, all of you. You're the one asking for money, dude. Yeah. This person says, it makes no sense. If I'm broke, yeah, I already know I'm broke. It doesn't hurt me to tell me. If I'm not broke, I know I'm not broke, and it doesn't hurt me for you to call me broke. It only makes me happy with my decision not to spend money on her. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this person says, dang, why ain't she still with 15,000 to 20,000 guy then? Mm-hmm. Gee, I wonder. For some reason, people just aren't believing that she was with a man that made that kind of money and was giving it to her. Couldn't imagine why. This person says, probably because he's imaginary. Either said guy never existed in the first place, or he got tired of her quickly. Getting dates is no trouble at all if you're rich after all. Alternatively, he just realized she saw him as a wallet and had better sense than sticking with an obvious gold digger. This person replied under that, no dude is giving a regular girlfriend 180K of his after-tax salary unless he's earning 20 times that. Absolutely no effing way a guy on 500K is handing her that kind of spending money. Totally delusional. Yeah, that really is wild. Oh, that's a wild claim. You could maybe see like a millionaire giving a girlfriend that kind of money, but honestly, it might be a little bit much to even think that. Right? This person says, I mean, if someone is giving her 15K a month or whatever, why is she unhinged? Shouldn't she be going out to the dispensary with this guy who gives her 15K a month? Someone replied under that, my first thought, you're not going on Christmas shopping dates when you have men giving you 15 to 20,000 a month. She really must think she's smarter than everyone else in the world to have convinced herself people would actually believe that lie. Uh-huh, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't even understand why she's on Hinge. I mean, there are specific sites for finding men that will pay for your ish. I don't think it's like a great thing to do. I don't really think transactional relationships like that are healthy in the least, but if that's what you want, just go do that. And don't waste other people's time with your nonsense. Okay, moving on to the next post. This post reads, the warmth exudes from this beautiful soul. Catch of the year right here, if cringe is your thing. Okay, the profile reads, no relationships, no commitment, no exclusiveness. At this point in life, men are for recreational purposes only. I will not travel to a man for the first meet, if you even get that far. Oh my gosh. I do not date outside of my. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's some racism. I do not date outside of my race. Period. Grown adults don't have Snapchat. Ask me for a snap handle, and you're blocked. Gamer? Cut. Mention the gym? Cut. The it is what it is, laid back, easygoing quote? Cut. And she is 50 and 5'3". Okay, and anyway, yes, the warmth really does exude from this profile. Very lovely. Yeah, I just don't think you're probably going to have just a ton of success by just filling your bio with negativity. Like, just try to be a little bit positive, just a little. I see a lot of profiles like this from men and women. It's just kind of crazy that, I mean, I just don't, I highly doubt that really negative profiles like that are gonna have much success. And that men are only for recreational purposes at this point in my life. Oh my gosh. Nothing like saying I'm amusing people and nothing more. I see you as a meat sack for my pleasure. This person's quoted mention the gym. Birch, please. And someone commented under that. Most likely fat. Then OP commented, no, she was actually trim and fit. Even weirder. Yeah, that is weird. I guess she just didn't want someone that was obsessed with the gym. I don't know. If you aren't a sedentary, polyamorous, stressed out video game hater who likes to drive, cut. Edit. Heck, I didn't even see that she's 50 years old. This is just sad. The person says, white guys, she's all yours. Good luck, my friends. Laughing faces. There's a reason she's on Tinder at 50. Yeah, I should think so. Person commented under that, I have always said there is no issue with using dating apps, but some people you meet on there are on there for a reason. Yeah. Laid back is cut. Also looking for something casual. Laughing face. This person says, who the F would want to go near somebody with a personality as atrocious as this? Especially at 50. Who on earth gave her this confidence? And someone replied under that, you would be surprised what a thirsty man would do for a little taste. Who cares if it's urine? Someone else replies under that, man can't taste, cut. Well, ish, I guess I'm cut. I like to go to the gym and take Snapchats of myself gaming, but it is what it is. Right. I'm not into Snapchat either, but I don't think I would ever put that on like a Tinder profile. If you like Snapchat, cut. And I like gaming, as you know, so that's not an issue. First off, before reading this, I just have to say this girl's dress or shirt is really cute. There's like a cut-off photo of her. Her shade of blonde is really nice too. I don't think it's natural, but it is really, really pretty. And the little caption up top says, that's a first. Okay, let's read this. You liked blank photo. Who's your friend? Question mark. My brother. Let's give her a name. Let's call her Stacy. Stacy says, who's your friend? My brother? Question mark. Stacy. And the first pic? Question mark. He's single? Question mark. Seriously? OP. He's married. Sorry to disappoint. Stacy. Oh, okay, I guess you'll do. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That's what the OP says too. Whoa. Sorry, that's not a way to get started. Good luck out there. Thumbs up. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, definitely kind of mean girl energy. Wow. I would not expect someone to have that kind of goal. Yeah, this person says, I've seen a ton of profiles where there's a more attractive girl in the group photo than the girl whose profile it is. It has never once crossed my mind to be a terrible human being and ask if the more attractive girl was single. Gross. Yeah, I can't even comprehend how you would think that's okay to do. And the you'll do part, I think that makes it even worse. This person replied under that, it has crossed my mind many times, but I would never actually do it, and that's called having a filter. Yeah. Yep, it's called not being an a-hole. This person says, or a functioning frontal lobe. This person's comment reads, I had the opposite thing happen to me when I was younger. Matched with someone and chatted for a bit, and before I asked to make plans for a date, they said something like, actually, you'd be such a great match for my friend, and set me up on a coffee date. It was very clear she was the one behind the profile and just using someone else's pictures who was gorgeous. Okay, dang. So basically she catfished you. I mean, that's a more clever way of catfishing in my opinion, because, I mean, at some point you're probably gonna meet this person if you don't look like your pictures. I mean, how are you gonna really explain that? So that's actually a more clever way of catfishing. I have to, give her applause for that. It continues, she was not, and then adding in the lying, I was obviously not interested. That's fair. Someone commented under that, yeah, someone tried to do that to me the other day and I unmatched because why match with me for your friend seems crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know anyone that would do that, so, yeah. This person says, I hope that was a bad joke on her part, but man, that was a turnoff nonetheless. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how pretty you are. If you have a bad personality, that's gonna be an issue for most people. Okay, let's move on to the next post. Got a lecture. I suggested we meet for drinks somewhere with a view, or check out a new exhibit at a museum that looked interesting. She asked if we could get coffee the following week. Cool, that works. When I followed up to set the date, she sent this. I don't drink alcohol either. It's right there in my dating profile. More people not reading dating profiles, that's always fun. I don't understand that either. Like, if you're interested in this person, why wouldn't you read their profile? Anyway, the text reads from this woman, let's call her Amanda. Amanda says, you suggested drinks equal to coffee or museum. I said coffee because at least I like drinking coffee. I don't drink alcohol, so meeting for non-alcoholic drinks in a bar seems like a waste of time. Plus, bars don't have good energy. And while I like museums, I consider them lame for a first date. Why? I would like that, especially an art museum. Anyway, it continues. Same with hikes or walks. Oh my gosh. Why? That's awesome. I mean, it gives you so much opportunity to talk. I mean, I'm a little out of shape, so I would have a hard time doing the talking and hiking thing, especially if it was like a more intense hike. But um, I still like that. I mean, I don't really see why you wouldn't like the idea of going for just a casual walk at least, because then you can talk and get to know each other. Isn't that what a first date is for? The museum's kind of a similar concept. I always personally feel like I have to be quiet in museums, kind of like libraries, so it might not be the best place to talk, but yeah, coffee dates, they're perfect for talking. Anyway, Amanda continues. No investment, bare minimum. Nothing attractive about that. Um, yeah, you don't want to invest that much on a first date. You don't know this person yet. It's kind I see this quite a bit on these like Reddits. I just don't get it. Would you want to invest like upwards of 50, 60, 70, $80 on someone you don't know if they're a psycho or not? Like, and if you get a fancy dinner, you're just stuck there for at least an hour. And that's probably like if you're eating fast. Yeah, I just don't get that. And if you don't want to be stuck there, then you have to make a little bit of a scene to like get the check early and everything. So, yeah, why would you want to go through that? Anyway, she continues. I want a guy who I can't stop thinking about after a first date. I mean, yeah, that part I guess is fair. I'm I'm guessing have they had their first date and she's just telling him that he doesn't qualify for that? I don't know. She continues, sorry to be this direct, but a woman shouldn't tell a guy what to do for a date. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't have to micromanage, but I think your expectations are also pretty skewed. She continues, I think we should just skip it. No big deal. Start differently with a new person. OP replies, haha, bullet dodged. If all you wanted is an expensive dinner, you should say so. Cheers. Yeah, yeah, if that's really important to you, I guess you probably should just let someone know. Moving on to the next post, because I just didn't really feel like reading the comments on that one. Um, was having a nice chat about our travels, and then I asked her out. Then I asked her out in a non-assertive way, in quotes. So anyway, how about we share our travel stories and get to know each other over some dinner or drinks sometime soon? Question mark. Girl replies, I usually only date Eastern European men because they're more assertive. I would never answer a yes to sometime soon. Okay. OP, wishing you the best of luck in your dating goals in 2026. Yeah, that's an odd exchange. I mean, I think when someone says, sometime soon, when they're not putting a specific time on it, that's because they don't know what your schedule looks like. And they kind of want you to chime in and, participate in planning because they would assume that you have a life too, and you're not just going to be available whenever they're available. So, That's just kind of odd. I guess she just wants someone to, like, we're going at 3 p.m. on Saturday at this place, be here 3 o'clock sharp. Like, I don't know. Or I'll pick you up at 3 o'clock sharp because, have to be assertive. That's just weird. This comment says, sorry, bud, you didn't dance and prance around her like a monkey in the right way that she likes. How dare you? And someone replies under that, don't you dare yell at him. It's not his fault he wasn't taught the sacred fire dance of monkey love. We must teach him so that he may teach others for generations to come. Dance with me, fellow monkeys. Someone replies under that, there will be no more generations. These are the final dances. Okay, let's move on. Oh, well, that's the end of it, I guess. So, with that, our little adventure comes to an end here, for now. But the path never truly does. If you enjoyed getting lost with me, show me with a like or a comment. It helps me and my channel far more than you know. And if you wish to keep traveling these hidden trails, subscribe, and I'll see you when the path reveals itself again. Bye for now.